Okay. Here we go. Alright, alright. This music's not too bad so far. I'm actually kind of sitting here bumping to it a little bit. I'd say that's a good sign. A little repetitive, but what do you expect? Royalty free, right? We take what we can get. Definitely not bad though. Yes. Don't really want to mess with that. Hashtag lazy, right? I know. You might want me to be taking you through some of the stuff that I'm going through, and I'm just kind of throwing my pre-existing stuff on there, but if you have any specific questions, go ahead and ask. Right now, I'm just kind of moving and grooving through it a little bit. My first one on here was a little more informative. And I said that in the first one, a lot of these live streams are just going to be like, hey, come hang out with me and see if I'm editing your photos, or come ask questions. So I'll explain sometimes, and then other times I'm just going to kind of go through it. Like, come hang out, chill, watch magic, as it were. Because that's basically what this is. And I'm not good at magic. Basically, what I'm using is presets that I have kind of came up with myself. This one in particular, I kind of did playing around with the Silent Hill photos that I did a while back, and I came up with something like super good, and I was like, for low light and like get that horror feeling. So anytime I have any kind of a horror shoot, it's kind of my go-to, see if it works, and most of the time it does. See here, before, after. Not bad. Not bad. Could I tweak it a little bit more? But I like it, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Definitely like it. And I feel like it's got the right feel to it. Okay, here it is. It's definitely, it looks like a movie still for sure, and that's kind of the feeling I'm going for. It's Jason versus Victim, and though I could do something different in, like, oh, I'm at a loss for words right now, sorry guys, but basically, instead of making it look like a reality Jason versus a Victim, I'm liking this style of making it look like they're movie stills off of, let's say, like, Jason 400, because I'm pretty sure that's what they're on by now. Not that I'm complaining. I never get tired of Jason. So I'm actually liking the whole kind of movie-esque feel. So that's why we're going with that. But again, here, doesn't look exactly the same as the rest of them. I can probably brighten that up as like... so the shadows first. Because I've got that contrast really high anyway. And usually when I mess with shadows, the next thing I'm going to mess with is contrast and or blacks to get the detail back in that the shadows takes out. And then obviously add a little bit of vibrance to help counteract that too. It's not too bad. Exposure just a little bit. And also, the green in this one is showing up a little more than the other ones. So I'm gonna balance that out. Right about there. I'm happy. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do with this one, might as well start with this one since this is one it's on. I'm actually going to crop that. What? There we go. Oh man, I got confused with that music for a second. I'm still a little confused. Trial and error live on stream, why not? I'll go through and make my own playlist here probably sometime this weekend. So bear with me today. Anyway, so here's what we're doing. So I got this dark point right here, which more than likely looks like I must have accidentally had my shutter speed up a little past the 250 mark, which for those of you who are also photographers probably know that with the flash, there was no flash sync. So this more than likely is a picture of my shutter closing. So, I mean, I could probably lighten it up, but if I do this, bing, bang, boom, it doesn't really mess with my proportions. It doesn't really mess with my composition. Man, words escape me today. Anyway, so it's not really messing with that either. So, bing, bang, boom, done. Crop it. Bink. Beautiful. Okay, now first things first. Duplicate layer. This is so if I do something stupid. Wow, that... Besides this right here that actually looks... I like it already. I'll have to remember that. Anyway, didn't really affect the actual picture, right? So I could always delete it and start over. Anyway, get rid of that. So... So I click this. If I don't click this, okay, and we get rid of this, it's still affecting the background layer, right? Which is what the whole point of the background copy is to not affect the background layer. So if I click this, turn that off, see it's only affecting this direct copy underneath. So there's a little bit of tips and tricks every now and again. I do actually have some of those. Okay. I'm gonna brighten this up just a little bit here. Not sure if I'm a fan. I like it. It kind of brings out the grime and dirt and blood, making it look like she's been through some shit. And the fadedness also gives you that feel of like she's been through some shit. So I like it. I don't know if I like it that much. So we're gonna bring the opacity down. You still get that feel, and it's not as strong, and I'm a little happier. Now, here we go. Photography, Photoshop, Blasphemy 101. Merging layers. A lot of people say they you know, don't do that, because, again, it will affect the background layer, because now it's all one layer, right? I just affected it, and the whole point of making the multiple layers was to not affect it. But I was happy with where I was at that time, and I'm not going back, so I merged it. Alright? That's how I work. That's just me. And I will be the first to admit I am not a Photoshop guru. I'm not a like super awesome photo editor, but I at least know how to edit my photos, and this is how I edit my photos. So just get that out of the way one more time. For those of you who may not have been here for the first one where I said, you know, this is my way. Everybody has their own way. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. And anybody who tells you any different, I mean, I guess there's always the elitists out there, but there is no right or wrong way. It is an art form when it comes right down to it. And this is just how I paint my canvas. This is how I do it. Okay, so now what I'm doing is coming in here and checking the eyes. As you may notice, speaking of canvases, art, her skin looks almost like an oil painting. It's like right on that verge. In some places there it looks pretty okay. On the face it's kind of looking like an oil painting. Now that's because of that preset I put on it. I have the luminance really, really high, and it's gonna do that to your photo. But I have it on that preset. It's like right on that borderline. So you see it here, you see a little here, but not so much in the eyes. Not so much in like down here area is okay. The neck is okay. The arms are good. The clothes are good. So it's right on that borderline, and it's such tiptoes on that borderline so little that it doesn't bother me too much. Especially when you're looking at the picture as a whole, you don't notice it. Not many people are gonna be on their on Facebook like, let me see if it looks like an oil painting. Oh, so, and some people like that look. So it could be a win-win. Never know. Okay, that being said too, on that preset, in my Camera Raw, I do have the sharpening really, really high. So I've basically sharpened this as much as I should sharpen it technically in that, but I'm going to do this just to see. As I say a lot in my photo shoots, some of the best photos start with what if. And this is a what if moment, because I've actually never done it. I mean, I'm sure it won't be super great, but you never know. So what I'm going to do is I might add a little extra. Just a little extra sharpening. Let's see how this goes. It's a different technique for sharpening. So we're going to see if it helps or hurts. Okay, we're going way down. Way down. Because I just want... I don't know if you can see that. Just that little extra, yeah? Look at that. Just that little extra. So I actually don't mind it. So I'm going to keep it. Look at that. It worked. Okay, and that photo's done. Easy peasy. That's how it goes. That's how we're doing it tonight. Let's do it. Keep my quality around 10. Unless I know I'm going to use it for print, I'll put it at 12. It just makes it a bigger file with more information. It's not really necessary to go above 10. But I do it anyway. Personal preference. The format's progressive. I don't like ever use. Most of these are for like quality on different sites like Facebook and whatnot. Baseline usually is good for Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff. It's good for just about anything. A lot of times I'll use Baseline Optimize just because Baseline will go to just about anything, and then Optimize just for that little better quality. This is for a client, so I'm just doing Baseline Optimize because you never know. Could need it, probably not. There's one down. Right on, right on, right on, right on. First things first, duplicate layer. You're probably going to notice a lot of similarities. Similars. You're probably going to notice a lot of similarities in my workflow on these pictures. That's because, obviously, they're all from the same set. And if a lot of these were done with the same settings on my camera, they were done with a lot of the same settings on the flash. So the editing style with a little bit of tweaking here and there is mainly going to be the same. Welcome to my workflow. Okay, now that was all basically just about the same that we did in the last photo. Now I'm gonna make a couple of slight tweaks here. Okay. Alright. Okay. So he's a little darker than I want. I kind of want to bring him out a slight bit more. So what I've done is I've gone into my levels. You can use curves, you can use brightness if you want. Levels is just what I'm kind of... I'm on a levels kick right now. A couple months ago I was using nothing but curves. It just varies. And you can come to the same conclusion no matter how you want to do it. I'm just kind of doing levels right now. And then what I'm doing is I'm inverting it, right? So which is yeah. I'll do a more tutorial style video later, streams on another date. But right now, I'm inverting it. What that means, basically, is exactly what it sounds. So I've done what I've done to this, right? I've chosen what I'm doing, luminosity, all that, to fix the lighting, right? And then I've turned it backwards. So there it is. And now, pink, and so it's black, and there's nothing there, right? So if I take my paintbrush, as you saw, when I have it normal, it's all white. So you can see everything. Now it's all black. You can't see anything. So obviously, common sense dictates if we take white and we paint it over the black, you're probably going to start seeing it. So that's what we're going to do. This is, again, not the most exact way to do it, but it works. Definitely works. There are other ways to do it, and again, I'll get into that in later videos. But this is working for the purpose that I need it to work for right now. A little too much. I'm trying to be very careful, not outline him. Because if you outline him like that, it's very obvious the difference, see? Don't want that. So I tried just getting him right there. Is it making the biggest difference in the world? No, but it's making me happy. And that's what counts. If you're happy with your photos, good job. You did a good job. Plain and simple. And again, on the flip side, bring this down a little bit there. See how that... Okay. And then I'm going to invert that. This is too lit up for my taste. I could just do this and then opacity here, or I can drop the opacity here and not have to worry about dropping it there. Again, personal preference. I do lower opacity on my paintbrush so I can just paint it in. I could also, for argument's sake, because I feel like it's a little too bright on the skin as well. So let's undo that, reverse that. There. Now it's a little more exact. Everything white is going to show up. And with what I just did, it took the brightest parts of the photo and made them white. And the darkest part of the photos are black, right? Black, white. And so, obviously, I was trying to get rid of the highlights, which are the brightest parts of the picture. I was trying to dull those down. So this technique worked. It just got them strictly where I was trying to dull it down a little bit. I mean, it got it other places, yes, but again, it gets those ones that you're directly trying to affect when it comes to highlights. You can do the same for shadows if I were to invert it. Yeah, I like that. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. Alright, I guess I should say I actually changed my mind last second. This is more along the lines of a very fast and easy dodge and burn, which basically everything highlight I brought out a little more, and everything shadow I darkened and made a little more pronounced, right? See that? See the separation there? No separation. You just see the separation in the highlights and the shadows a little bit more. And what that's doing, in my opinion, is adding a little more drama. And now, see if I can do something with that. I should mention, this is kind of my weak point. Give me a break. And there you go. It's not perfect. Got the job done. Right on. merge it, save it, on to the next one. Moving right along, friends. Moving right along. I got some good tunes going here too. This is good. I like this. I like this. Here's what's going through my head with this. Luminosity. Okay. If I change this to luminosity. This right here. Wait. This right here. Right? There's a green-ish like hue, and it's a little more orange. Now, if I switch this back to just normal mode, I can see that red's popping out more, the red's popping out more in the face. I'm trying to decide which I like better. That's basically it. And again, simple preferences is what this comes down to. Same with this. I'm gonna let this just affect that, not really much the color, or affect everything. And I like it affecting everything on this one. I think I like it affecting everything as well. I like a little, it's a little red, and I'm kind of digging it. Or am I? Yeah, I'm digging it. I dig it. I didn't make the duplicate layer. It's just an extra added precaution. As you might use it, you might not. I use it mostly for editing things out and whatnot. I don't use it a lot for like my beginning, like color corrections and all that stuff. Again, personal preference. I did it in the beginning just to show you guys, but now I'm kind of getting into my flow and I'm kind of getting into the zone. So I might skip a few steps that I wasn't in before. Don't worry. It is intentional. It is intentional that I'm skipping those. That was close. Oh, forgot to save it. That would not have been intentional. So looking at this one, first looks, I'm actually kind of happy with this right now. Obviously there's a few things that need to be fixed, but color wise and lighting wise I'm pretty happy with this just as is. I'm still gonna fix a few things, just maybe not as intensive. Oh boy. She does. And welcome, Nicole. Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining and hanging out. And I don't know about looks great. She looks scared. But she did wonderful. It was actually really, really easy to direct her. She'll deny it, but she's pretty good at it. Oh, jeez. There's a better way to do this. I was hoping I wouldn't have to. Waylon, we're gonna have to get you a better bald cap. Or just shave your head, buddy. Just shave your head. This one's gonna take longer than I was wanting to take per photo for this stream, so I'm gonna come back to it, or I might just do it off stream. We'll see. I'll come back to it. This one, lovely raincoat. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for coming. This one does look really rad. I haven't quite decided on what I want to do with it. That's why I was playing with a couple of different things, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go with this. What I've done here. I liked it right off the bat. This just by itself, it looks pretty good. It looks right out of a movie almost. But I feel like just this subtle little touch here, now it feels kind of like it came from the 1980s one. It's got a little bit of an older feel to it. So I think I'm pretty much just gonna do that. And that looks pretty great. Hey Courtney, thanks for joining. Makes her look hopeless, huh? I am digging black and white, dude. Would you look at that? What do you all think? Black and white? Or color? I'm thinking both. I might save both. I'm really digging the black and white though. I'll probably save both. Why not? You like both? I agree. So what we're gonna do, save as. Color. Yeah, that's pretty rad. Just like that. Hey now. And that is what we like to call a twofer. You prefer the color? Well, yeah. I couldn't decide, so she gets both. Done with. Yeah, 2 votes for the color. Well, I think I preferred the color too. But I do like to have some black and whites in there. I mean, I don't know. I always like to have at least one in my sets. Especially if it's something like this. It's just kind of, I think it's rad. It's a cool word. I'm using rad now. Rad's a thing. Alright, I'm gonna be using my preset, but I'm gonna say right now, probably not gonna work with red and blue, but with a little luck, oh, that's not bad. Hey, beautiful. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's not bad whatsoever. Bring this up just a little bit. Yes. Yes. Very nice. Also, if anybody watching right now is shooting with me at TaiYuCon, I'm going to be doing streams every day after TaiYuCon this weekend, editing that I at the con. So if you're not shooting with me, but you're interested in seeing the photos that I get, please join me all weekend after the con. And if you are shooting with me, join me to see your photos get edited. I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot because of the same one that we were just looking at before this one. It's that angle, and she's got that look of, oh Lord, I'm gonna die. And then we've got the autograph by the actor. Filter or preset, sorry. I think basically a preset is your own type of filter. Man, this one that I came up with, Courtney Lee. This was the pyramid head one. I worked on that photo for, man, 2 hours just on that one photo, and this preset was the result, and I'm so happy with it because it works in almost every single horror shoot that I do. So I'm really glad I got this together. Before and after. Before and after. It just right out of the movie. Love it. Oh yeah, the flashes looking like camp light. That's what I was going for. So I'm glad that it has that effect. That makes me happy. Although with background, I don't know. It doesn't really, obviously it kind of wrecks that illusion a little bit because obviously you can see the light, but I don't think I'm going to edit that light out like I was the red guy, and I will the red one. The red one will come out. But that yellow one, I like it. I don't know why. It's kind of like the spotlight. I feel like they do that in the Jason movies a lot. So we're going with it. No, that didn't work for me. Well, see if I can tweak this. Yeah, I like it. That's not too bad. We can adjust just enough. Yeah? Okay. I think that's just enough. A little more vibrance. It's just enough. It's a little brighter. I feel like the colors are a little more poppy, and so it adds just that little bit more contrast, pop, the flavor, and the highlights and the shadows, just a little bit more detail. I like that. That's pretty good, yeah? Yeah, Maggie was down to get dirty and gross, and the second I mentioned, because she was clean at first, and the second I mentioned it, by the way, you're going to get a lot more dirty, she was like, I'm on it. She was all for it. It's fantastic. It does add. Here it is. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Best photo of the night. Matter of fact, I'm probably not even going to do much to this one. To do a lot to this one. Whoop. She does look cute. Almost like she's not afraid of dying from Jason. There it is. Right there. Turned out a really cool shoot. There's another one just chilling. These are all for test shots, testing the lighting and everything, and they all kind of out like BT. So I kept them. So what this is doing is just adding that little vignette. I darken it. Anything in here doesn't show up. Anything in here. So I can tweak any of this and work around here. So it's kind of like adding your own little personal vignette. I want to add it. And I think I'm gonna add it like that. Easy peasy. Those are pretty. Those are done. I'm just gonna save those. Call them. Good. Those are BTS shots, little cute shots. I'm really thrilled with how a lot of these shots turned out. Yeah, these are good. This one too, to be honest, these are pretty much done for me. So, I mean, I'm going to tweak them just a slight bit, but for the most part, they're pretty good as is. Like that. I actually honestly don't know if I want to do much or what. Yeah! Corny got guested at PCC. Well, Phoenix Comic Fest now. So what I'm doing here, it may look like I'm brightening the whole picture, which I am at the moment, but it's really just for the eye here. Now I'm going to do that little trick. Bink! I feel like that little bit of extra light just kind of accentuates the fear, yeah? Here, it's scared, maybe a little bored. And then that just kind of, to me, looks more deer in headlights. Just that little bit of extra pop in the eyes. I don't know why I created a whole new layer for that. I didn't need to, but there it is. I wonder... Yeah, Nicole, it does definitely make sense, and I like that. That's good. Good. That makes me happy. It's not what I was going for at the time, per se. Well, maybe, I mean, it kind of was. I wasn't really explaining it to myself as a noir, but you're right. You are so right, and I'm so okay with it. I actually thoroughly enjoy that. That's not bad at all. It's a good feeling to have. This is not gonna work, but here it goes. How's everybody liking the music, by the way? Again, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, this is a brand new thing. I've never even listened to this playlist, but my last stream actually got flagged for copyright because of the music. So this is all royalty free. I haven't listened to it yet, so we're listening to it together. I'm digging it a little bit. Some of the songs are a little odd, but I shouldn't be this close to it. It's gonna look funky. Oh, that's not bad. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. There we go. There's a better way to be doing this, I know. Well, matter of what you're used to, what you're good at. I'm a little more comfortable with the stamp tool, so that's what I'm using. This is totally extra. It wasn't that bothersome, but just enough that I wanted to do something about it. And the black area here, I'm not really being too careful. It's not really gonna be noticed. How's that? Well, that's too bad, right? It's maybe not the greatest, but it's not too bad. I don't mind it. It was good. Thank you, Courtney. Okay, it's pretty sharp. I don't think I'll need to sharpen it anymore. That's pretty crisp. So, I think that's our final image right there. Oh, wait a minute. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate the feedback. I do. Yeah, I like it without the haze. I like that. I like it a lot. Alright. Saving it. This was a group effort. Thank you. Okay. We're going back to kind of what we were doing with the first few photos. Change this up a little bit. Drag that up in the shadows. Now we bring this in. This is technically a very roundabout way of color correcting. Courtney, who you guys will see edit on this channel sometimes, because she is a photo editor too. She's actually the very first photo editor that Cortex ever had. When I was first starting out. Well, basically what I'm saying is, anyway, she would do it an entirely different way, but this is basically a roundabout way of color correction. There are hundreds of different ways to do it. This is a little longer, more in-depth way of doing it. I do it this way because I feel, personally, visually, like it looks like it sharpens it a little more than the other ways that I know to do it, right? Courtney uses this a lot, the color balance, which is great and perfect and fine, and I do it too, but I just feel like this one pops it out a little more, and considering that it was night photos, and my settings were at a certain way to take night photos, that it made everything look a little hazy, I feel that I need to do the color correction this way, just to smooth it out, and make everything a little more defined than I would normally do it. Make sense? Okay, now when I make these groups like this, it's because it's not really for, well, sometimes it helps me out, but it's for you guys to see the before. This is before what we just did, and then after. So it kind of color corrects everything. You know, here everything's a little flat. You kind of see the yellow haze over everything, and now here, bang, you got the greens, and you've got the reds, and you've got the yellows all kind of separated out, and the blues. And then on top of that, again, with my camera settings, the way they had to be to take more light in at night, everything kind of looks flat, right? Or, I mean, to me. And so when I do that, you've got darker darks, you've got lighter lights. She's a little more outlined, and everything just kind of pops a little more. So that's why I'm doing the color correction this way. I know there's other ways to do it. There's faster ways to do it. But for me, personally, with this shoot, I need to do it this way. And then again, I go and I do this. Not only, so I can do luminosity, in which case that's just going to affect the light. That's all that's really affecting is the light. Doesn't affect the color too much. Whereas if you just do normal, it's doing what I did in these curves to every single pixel, including the color and everything. Now, normally, I would switch this to luminosity, which I'm probably going to keep it at luminosity here. On the other pictures, I did keep it on normal because it makes her look a little more grungy. She's got a little more oranges and yellows, looks a little more dirty. But with the luminosity here, I think it looks a little more dramatic. And I like that for this shot, because this right here, this guy stepping up in front of you, that's pretty dramatic. So it goes with the feel. And then I've got the fade going on, making it look like an old 80s movie still. So we're keeping that. Now, duplicate layer, because we're going to get rid of this. We're keeping this. Loving it. I'm loving this. Are you guys loving this? I'm loving this. I'm going to get rid of that one. How do I want to get rid of this one? Yeah? Very good. And now for this also, just to add a little more dramatic flair to it. And again, as you can see, the whole oil painting type of thing, that is a direct side effect of the sharpening and the luminosity that I did to get rid of some of the fuzz. So that's that. I might do a little bit of this. The picture's kind of far away, so you're not really going to see any of this, really. But that's why I'm kind of just cleaning it up a little bit. Whoop. There, just a little bit. General rule of thumb: remove things that are temporary, not permanent. That's fine, that's fine. This all looks like she got hurt. So, and none of this was really necessary. Especially in a scene like this, she's super dirty, she's supposed to look hurt. All of this could be injuries and whatever, but it's just so I do it on a photo so you guys can see it done. So there's that. That's how I would. That's a quick Really quick way to clean up skin. Again, not necessary in a photo like this or in a set like this, but there it is. Tayukan, considering they're all anime characters and they're supposed to be porcelain skin perfection, if you guys are really interested in skin cleaning and like making it look like that, I'll be doing a lot of that this weekend, more than likely, depending on the character that I'm working with. So again, tune in for that. Pretty please. I just want to brighten this up a little bit. You know what I'm gonna do. Oh, whoops. There we go. Perfect, right? A little more of that drama here. That was my bird falling off of his cage because he fell asleep, standing on one foot, and then fell over. If anybody heard that flapping. Stupid bird. What's up, buddy? So here's adding a little more drama, just a teeny bit more, because why not? Getting this highlights a little lighter, the dark's a little darker. And I think that is good. Oh, almost forgot about that autograph. I like that. Okay. Sorry, Waylon. Autograph's gotta go, man. I mean, I guess it's kind of funny having it there, if I'm being completely honest. Super fast cleanup. Voila! Another one in the books. We're moving and grooving right through this set. Thank you guys for joining me. Seriously, I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying the music. I hope you're learning a little something along the way, if you so choose to want to learn to do Photoshop. Alright. I'm loving these. Every one of these came out fantastic. I'm super glad we used this location. Oh, we're coming to the end. We're coming to the end. And we all know what happens at the end. My bird's missing. Oh, there you are. Oh, are you yelling at me? Oh, he's yelling at me and posturing. You guys hear him? Excuse you. I'll put you in your cage. Anyway. How dare I edit photos? I have no idea what that means. My bad. It's like my job and stuff. How do you be what? How about that? Oh. Do not know what to make of what we just listened to, guys. I don't know if to apologize or say you're welcome. I'm sure some of you danced. Now that's a menacing look. Gives me chills. I thoroughly enjoy that one. Hope you guys like it as much as I'm loving it. Oh, it's so good. That might be my favorite one in the whole set. Nice. I think that's done, basically. Put final touches on it, maybe. Oh, I just saw your last comment, sir. That's basically it. He does that. He basically, it's not how dare you, oh no, it's gone again. Oh, he's at my feet, pecking at my shoes. What? It's not that I'm editing photos. It's the fact that I'm alive. Okay? That bird, although we saved his life multiple times, which is why he's an inside bird now, he hates us. He's a cute and a very adorable little pigeon, but he wants every human to die. And I don't think he'll be happy until it happens. He's circling around me right now like he's stalking prey. You guys should see him. It's funny. He's posturing and walking around in circles around my chair. He's like, I'm gonna get you one day. Oh, this picture is so sad. Don't cry. There'll be another life. You're cackling so hard. Are you cackling about my bird? Like hunting me? Look at you. He's looking at me so intensely, like, and then he'll run in and peck at my shoe and then run away and look at me like, did that kill you? Did that do it? And then like I'll not pay attention to him, and the next thing I know, he runs in, pecks at my ankle, and he'll run away and be like, was that it? Was that the spot? He's trying. He's trying. Keep trying, buddy. You might find the magic spot one day. One day. I love it. Fantastic. Let's go with it. But, I mean, his name is Sephiroth, so, I mean, it's very fitting. Here he comes. Oh, you know, at him. It's like a game of red light, green light. Oh, hi. And now he's sitting on my shoulder like we're best friends. I think he's bipolar. Actually, I read somewhere that a lot of birds are bipolar. That's actually like a thing. His name from that when we got him, he was a little baby, fell out of his nest. He had no feathers, no nothing. Sasha tried to eat him, my husky, and I stopped her. And for like 3 months, he'd only flap one wing. And that's it, just one wing. So I decided, Sephiroth, the one-winged angel. And then he turned evil. Alright. Not gonna do much to this one. Here we go. Almost as fast as I can, alright? That's how we're gonna see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Speed editing for the next 6. These are gonna be my final 6. So I can be done around 10 o'clock and hit up some gaming. I feel like I've earned some game time. So enjoy the music. Enjoy the photos. We miss you already too. Get back soon. We gotta do those photo shoots we talked about. Have a safe flight. Message me when you get home. Please, thank you. And thank you for joining. Please leave a like on the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. It means the world to me. Okay, and that's that. I'm gonna save this one because it's gonna take me more time, and I'm going to be logging off here. Let's take a look at what we did today, guys. Shall we? Let's start it here. Now I'm going to play slide. And I'm gonna say thank you all very much, those who watched. Thank you those who joined or shared. Thanks for the subs. Please, if you're still here, like the video. Remember to share it to all your friends. I really hope that you hit the bell so you can know when I'm on again. And I hope you had fun. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate the questions. I appreciate the feedback. It means a lot. We got some excellent photos today. Thank you, lovely Raincoat. I appreciate you. I'm glad you wanted to come see how it gets done. And they do. A lot of these are so good. There's still a few more. I'll get to those at another date. Starting tomorrow night, I will be editing Thai Yukon photos. I really hope that all of you join. Please, again, share if you know anybody else who might be into photography or just into seeing the magic of photography work and how it goes, because any share, sub, like, comment, it all helps. It all helps, and I really want this to be a thing. I've not seen any other photographer really do streams of them editing their photos, so hopefully this works, especially the convention thing. So if you know anybody tomorrow that is shooting with me or maybe wants to shoot with me and then would like to see their photos edited live, please let them know. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. See ya hopefully next time.